think that'll do it. Okay, so I'm going to speak a little bit loud because I've got the microphone over there. The last video was a bit of a disaster. We are in the RX8 with the incredibly high boost 1JZGTE VVTI running 380 wheel horsepower and 580 Newton, is it Newton meters? Whatever they are, NM of torque at the wheels on pump gas, not E85 or super unleaded. Through an automatic 4-speed transmission, which is pretty damn impressive because they suck about 20%. The transmission was rebuilt to handle the torque. Now, factoring in the automatic and that was wheel figures, you can add 20%, so we're talking like 450 horsepower and 700 Newton meters of torque, which is mental for 2.5. It is running 23 psi or 1.4 bar of boost. There's a little bit of vibration because when you rebuild the slush box, they actually vibrate a little bit. It's kind of annoying. It's just one of those things. I've got a snatchy throttle because it's a throttle cable and it's slightly worn. No matter how much I grease it, it's still snatchy. Now I've raised my coilovers, which are Greddy 32 ways, but they're still just a little bit too low. Okay, I cleared it. I actually have some special Bilstein from the limited edition Japanese model, and this is a Japanese model as well, but it's from the I don't know what they called it. It wasn't a Shinka, it wasn't a Spirit, it was something else. Anyway, so here I am driving it around. I'm just trying to give you an idea of how bloody fast it is and how crazy it sounds. Ready for some turbo noise? The noises it make are just insane. I've never known a car to make so much turbo noise. It's crazy. Now, I'm running a special turbo. It's Ishiban Engineering. They call it IE400. It's a billet and Inconel turbo that is built to exactly the same specifications as the factory. So it's not bigger. It's a standard turbo. Okay. So it spools up instantly and it makes peak torque at about 2,500 RPM like the factory car. And there's no lag whatsoever. The only downside is it runs out of puff at about 5,000-ish, which is the same as the standard car. But the benefit of running this turbo is that you can dial the boost up to like 1.8 bar and it can handle it because it's so strong. If you were to invest in, they do an extra bonus, which is the ball bearing, it would spool up even quicker. But I mean, how much quicker do you need it to spool up? It spools up instantly anyway. Anyway, we're on the beach, but you can't see it because it's over there. It sounds wonderful. The 2.5 litre 1JZ is one of the sweetest sounding engines ever made. It sounds better than a 2JZ. It revs much more keenly, faster. It sounds higher pitched. If you were to put a bigger turbo, you better rev to 7,000. In fact, it does rev to 7,000. I mean, I shouldn't do this, but I'll Now their turbo comes with a built-in blower valve or wastegate, whatever you want to call it, that is much stronger than the factory one. So you don't need any aftermarket blower valves or wastegates. I've switched to a MAP system, not a MAF, so it's more accurate at reading the airflow. I've got a Skyline HKS intercooler, which is absolutely enormous, which is perfect for this engine. Skyline being a 2.6, this is a 2.5. Both straight sixes, ironically enough. What was I going to say? I'm running 800cc injectors. There's a lot of potential left in the engine. Basically, everything I've done to it is so that if in future I want to put a bigger turbo, everything is there to do that. It's all there. So I can just go and put the new G30 Series 770 and it will work. And you'll get, 600 horsepower easily. But I don't need that. I mean, it's so... It's so fast, especially with the automatic gearbox. I mean, it's always in the right RPM range. It's always ready to go. First and second are lethal. I mean, this car is so bloody fast off the line. The VVTI basically improves the torque at low end and it helps spool up the turbo, as opposed to the non-VVTIs, which don't have that. When I had just regular kind of sports tyres, I was just drifting everywhere in first and second, especially in Bangkok. I was going sideways in between cars. It was very dangerous, especially in the wet. Now Thailand's a very hot country and the rules don't apply here, so I've used top-end Michelin tyres on bikes and cars, and over here they're rubbish. They just don't work. They are absolute rubbish. Instead, I use semi-slicks, as in, track tyres. I'm not even joking, track tyres. I use track tyres. And they grip no problem, all the time. I can launch however I want, no problem. And that's what I do. That's what I use now. Now, everything works in this car. I've mentioned that many times before. Aircon, I've got my Apple CarPlay, I've got my fancy boost gauges that tell me everything. I've got the Mazda Speed interior, my Recaro SR7s, I've got my work wheels, my Brembo GTS forged brakes, which you need, especially with the power. It's just a wonderful, wonderful car. However, I'm going to go in a different direction. I have managed, or just about to manage to secure something very, very special. I'm not going to go into that just yet. And if you've been on my Instagram, you've probably got a bit of a hint, because I put a little thing there where you can guess what engine it is. And that's going on. And it's not turbo, it's not supercharged. It's just a very, very big with many, many cylinders. And that's what I'm going with. And then this engine, I'm either going to sell it complete or strip all the expensive stuff off and sell it as standard and sell the performance parts, or sell it as a complete RX8 engine swap, because this is all designed for RX8. And it's got the uprated gearbox, all the mounts are here for an RX8, the steering, the roll bar, everything is there. And the mount, it's all there, dedicated for the RX8. So maybe if you're interested in this is a fresh engine with a lot of power and a lot of potential. It just drops straight into an RX8. Maybe it's for you. I know the guys in Thailand will be clamoring after this thing if I advertise it. So anyway, I'm going to pop in the 7-Eleven and I'm going to do some more crazy pulls and some sounds for you. Okay, so you've listened to me rabbit on about the car. How about I just let you hear the car? So that was a quick one. Yeah, I actually live here. That's my view. If you look over there, that's actually my view every day, the ocean. I live on the top floor. Slow because it's fairly low. I lost my GoPro, so I can't put a microphone outside, unfortunately. I've got it in 2, you know, because automatic gearbox, you got like 1, 2, 3 in overdrive, so at the moment it's in 2. Because it's running, you know, basically 1.5 bar, the amount of boost that it lets off, well, it's pretty crazy. So that's what you're hearing right now. But the roads are so bad and the traffic's always clogged up, so you don't really get to let loose. When you get on a highway, you can go nuts, but other than that, you're kind of at the mercy of Thailand, really. Now there's a straight section coming up, so let's give it a whirl. Yeah, you knocked the camera out. But those semi-slicks and the LSD, they really do a trick. If it didn't have an LSD and if it didn't have those semi-slicks, it would just be wheel spinning. It just grips. And the semi-slicks, you're gonna laugh at me, but they're Achilles. The budget brand, they do a very special tyre that's very hard to find. I forget that, I think it's called the ATRK, it's a race tyre, and they do 3 versions of it. They do a hard, a medium and a soft. Oh my goodness. The Speedo reads slow, just so you know. It's not only does it underread, it also is slow to respond, as is the RPM. Doggy, go away. Goodness gracious. You know, it's rear-wheel drive, it's a real handful. You know, you've got to have both hands on the steering wheel, because if you don't, it will try and kill you. But that's part of the fun. And I can honestly tell you, this is better than an F30 M3 or an M2 competition, because I've got hydraulic steering, I can feel everything, I'm in full control, and it's just wonderful. You know, when it slides, I know exactly what to do. I've never had an accident in this car, whereas I've had some real serious, nasty moments that have resulted in hitting the curb or, you know, nearly crashing the car completely. Anyway, so this is good. So yeah, that's the rather crazy RX8 with the 1JZ. And if I go ahead and put that giant multi-cylinder engine in here, I'm probably going to miss these crazy turbo whooshes and that feeling. What is he doing? That's actually the car I got to buy next, because I'm a family man now, and this doesn't really cut it for family use. Oh, cool. Good space. Anyway guys, thanks for watching. I'll get some outside drive-bys at some point, but it'll be a while. The E36 CSL thing jig with the same engine as this is nearly done. Just having some bodywork done, and the E30 with the supercharger 1UZ is just waiting on injectors, and a secret E30 is being built with a V8, and then also the top secret engine project that I'm doing on this. But yeah guys, thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe, blah 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 blah. I appreciate it. Yeah, take care. Bye bye.